All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, so today we are looking at global markets.
Okay.
We want to get like a really good snapshot of what's going on.
Right.
And we have a great source for this.
Oh, yeah.
It is the Global Market Update from my pensions advisors, fresh off the presses,
Very fresh.
dated today, February 17, 2025.
Wow.
So let's jump into it.
Let's jump in.
One of the first things that I noticed here is that Asian markets are having some mixed results.
Yeah, mixed results.
What's going on?
Well, I think one of the things that's really interesting is that, we're seeing these Q4 growth figures coming out of Japan. And, they're better than expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really hinting at,
a
potential rebound for consumer spending.
So does that mean like...
which would be really good.
Like good for investors?
Yeah, it could create some good opportunities.
For investors?
For investors who are looking at Japanese companies. But at the same time, though, we also have some central bank decisions coming out this week in Asia.
Okay.
And I think that's making people a little bit hesitant and cautious. So that's why I think we're seeing...
So that's contributing to the mixed results.
Yeah, the mixed bag.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then looking over at the U.S., the U.S. stock market also closed mixed.
Mixed as well.
Two big things are kind of happening this week in the U.S.
Okay.
One is we got a positive wholesale inflation report.
Yes.
And the second is an executive order from President Trump.
That's really good news.
Relating to tariffs.
Yes, very good news.
So what's your take on that?
Well, that wholesale inflation report, it suggests that inflation might be cooling down.
Finally.
Which is really good news for the markets.
Yeah, that's...
Generally speaking.
That's good news.
Yeah.
What about the executive order?
Well,
everyone's on edge about tariffs.
I think there was some initial concern that it might, reignite a trade war.
Right. Yeah, especially with everything going on in the world.
Absolutely. And, with the past few years, it's understandable that people are
nervous,
on edge a little bit.
Right.
But what's interesting is this executive order actually didn't impose any new tariffs.
Okay.
So I think that calms some nerves.
So it's just like a watch and wait.
Exactly.
See what happens.
See what happens.
Okay, so the last stop on our world tour here is the UK.
All right.
And the UK market's actually down today.
Down today.
Which is interesting. The update mentions that there's an increase in short selling.
Oh, short selling.
Targeting consumer-facing businesses.
I see.
So do you think these short sellers are overlooking something?
That's an interesting question.
Are there positives in the UK that they're not seeing?
Well, short selling is a contrarian bet by nature.
Okay.
So these investors... are basically betting on these companies to fail.
Right.
But it could be an overreaction.
Such bad news.
Yeah, there are definitely some challenges in the UK right now.
Sure.
There's concern about, reduced consumer spending and rising employment costs.
Right, but there are some bright spots too, right?
Yeah, I mean... There's growth in renewable energy, the tech sector doing really well.
Okay.
Attracting investments.
Creating jobs.
Absolutely.
So maybe those short sellers are just focused on the negative.
Maybe they're being a little bit too short-sighted.
And maybe that's a good indicator for people who are looking long-term.
Long-term,
That maybe now's the time to...
Maybe there are some opportunities.
Buy.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. It's like the opposite signal.
It's like a contrarian indicator.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's just a good reminder that... Even though the global economy is so interconnected, sometimes the best opportunities are found by looking beyond the obvious.
I completely agree.
Looking beyond those headlines.
Beyond the headlines and really thinking deeply about what's going on.
What's really happening.
Yeah.
And weighing all the evidence.
Absolutely.
And the risks and the rewards.
Yes. Very important.
Cool.
Very cool.
So if you want to learn more about pensions planning,
what should they do?
You can reach out to my pensions advisors directly.
Great.
Their email address is info@mypensionadvisor.co.uk.
Awesome.
That's info@mypensionadvisor.co.uk.
Great.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. See you next time.
See ya. 2120.